is happiness within you, or is happiness somewhere outside? So you have to go and reach the happiness. So can you find out happiness outside? You have to, I think, happiness is within you and ability to create. So friends, when we want to be happy, we outsource. We give the happiness, the remote control of making us happy to the other people. So for example, when you go to the office or when you're at home, you complain that somebody is making angry of you, somebody is making upset of you, and somebody is making sad by themselves to you. So normally we always say the unhappiness is coming from others, not within ourselves. But if you look at our mind, we can see the external information, external inputs that is coming into our mind. We interpret, we give a meaning or feeling to external things, and we say, that person make me upset, that person make me sad. Let us understand what are the doors that close the door of happiness, or avenues or sources that are going to close happiness in our life. I will take these points from Buddhism. One point is called, we have called kilesa. It's called defilements. And one defilement that can make us unhappy is the arrogance, the proudness. And this create kind of you thinking you are a very higher person and other person are lower, and you must get special treatment, special attention, so that when these things are not happening the way you like, you will be very upset and you will be very unhappy. So in Buddhism, the venerable monks, as monks, we have to recite Prattiveksha, using robes, using food, using house. So in these verses, there are very meaningful things. One is, it's called Pasuviharaya. The Buddhism is a path of happiness. Buddhism teaches there are suffering, but still there are so many happinesses we can gain in our life. So taking food is one of the happiness we can gain. And also it can create a very unhealthy, unhappiness situation in our whole life, the way we consume food. So when we take food, we say this is for comfort of the body, not to make our body more beautiful and more, to make our body more fat. So when one king during the time of the Buddha, he was used to eat so much food. And every day he eats a lot of rice and a lot of food, very heavy stuff. So he came to see the Buddha, and he was nodding, and he was like fainting, and he was very uncomfortable sitting in front of the Buddha. Then the Buddha asked, why are you so uncomfortable? Why are you so nervous and not happy? Then he complained that I ate a lot of food, and now I cannot sit down properly because too much eating. So Buddha said, if you can reduce the intake of food gradually, you will be very, very, very convenient and comfortable. And one of his attendants learned the verses Buddha chanted, and he chanted these verses when the king was taking the meal. And every day he reduced one handful of rice, put aside, so that next day the cook has to cook the rice without that handful of rice. So gradually he loses the weight. Actually, Buddha was the first dietitian in the world to teach us to be healthy, take healthy diet. So the first verse of the first line of the verse I recited, Arogya Paramalapa. The health is the highest gain. You know, we always think if we have very big balance in the bank, you have a very good gain in your life. You are very rich. But Buddha says the highest gain, highest advantage, highest benefit is the health. So if we nowadays, many people are suffering because of many illnesses, mainly because they are taking too much food. They have cholesterol, they have too much blood sugar, they have high blood pressure, because they are not taking food just for live, but they taking food to make their satisfaction, so that making life miserable and unhappy. Friends, I remember one story. There was a lady in a village, not now, about 100, maybe 200 years ago. And when this lady came out of her home, she saw some three person. You know, they are, you know, in olden days, people used to walk in the park. They didn't have this kind of transportation. So they were very weary and very tired. So this landlord lady thought they must be strangers passing this village. She had some kind thoughts and invited them to have dinner. Then these guests, the strangers asked, who is in your house? Then the wife said, myself and my daughter-in-law. Is there no husband? No husband. Then husband has go to the work. Then he said, we cannot come. By the when we having this discussion, husband reached the home, and they said, I cannot come to your, we cannot come your home three together. We want to come one by one. So they name, my name is Wealth. The other person name him, my name is Love. Other person name, my name is Success. So which person do you want your home to come first? Then the husband and wife went to the home back and discussed what person we are going to invite first. Then with the argument, kind of decision making, finally they first thought they will invite Wealth, then they will invite the Success, then they will invite the Love, because they need money and the success. But the daughter-in-law told, we must invite the Love. Then it's good to invite the Love first. Then the landlady went to the three strangers and told, okay, we have decided whom to invite first. So please, the Mr. Lau, come to the home. Then the three person began to follow. You know, other two person also began to follow. Then this lady asked, why you first told me if one person is three person is invited, only one person can come at a time. Why these three person coming together? Then the other two persons said, if you invite the wealth only come. If you invite the success only come. But if you invite three of love, all three will follow. So they serve the dinner to all three persons. So in order to make our life happier, more fruitful, more enjoyable, we need to have love. So friends, in Buddhism, love is very, very wide. In our personal life, our love is very limited to maybe family members, husband to wife, wife to husband, children to parents. But in Buddhism, love is very wide. We are embracing everybody, all sentient beings. We are sending the loving thoughts, loving words, loving action towards all inanimate, animate, living and non-living. We are having this love, universal love for everybody. So in order to be happy, our heart must be filled with these loving thoughts always. Instead of anger, instead of hatred, instead of delusion, we need to fill our heart with love for everybody. So that will make you very happy. So friends, the faith and confidence about other people, the believing in good in every person. Is this very important? That's why Buddha says, Viswasa Paramanati. The confidence or the trust we have on other people is the best relative or the highest relative we can have. So in our loving relationship also, the trust and the confidence and the amount of respect we give to the other people is really important to have a good loving relationships. So the Harvard University of America has done the longest study on human happiness. They have started this research or this social experiment in 1932. Now nearly maybe 80 over years, they have completed this study. So they look for the reasons of human happiness. So they found out some of amazing things in their research. So Buddha has also explained in many suttas, especially in Singalova, the sutta, the relationships are really important. The teacher-student relationship and the parent-children relationship, husband-wife relationship, many things are explained in Buddhism, how to have a good relationship. So the Harvard University find out that loneliness in their people's life is really toxic, really very harmful to the people. So even in a relationship, people can be lonely because their issues are not addressed, their feelings are not taken care of, and due to these reasons, people might feel very lonely. So the findings of the Harvard University is the time, energy, and their strength to build good relationships that will make people more happier and also healthier. Not only that, they will live longer also, because when you have a very good partner to share your sorrows and sufferings and good and bad, so that will give people confidence to live more longer. So the main thing in this study, they found out, they took about 1,000 people and the job and these personal struggles they went through their life for over many years. Even they went to their personal life and to the room and their personal problems. And this discovery, these findings were really interesting, that nowadays people are associating people very superficial level. They don't have long-term relationships, and they will have a very short-term and very pleasurable kind of relationships. And it's like you are using people like disposable things and no deep, bonded, meaningful relationships. Yeah. Then one day, a teacher gave her class, a white paper to all the students and asked, what is there in this paper? Actually, it was a blank paper, but there was a tiny ballpoint black dot just center of the paper. So all the children hands up and told the teacher, there's a black dot in this blank paper. Then the teacher asked, why didn't you see the white side of the paper? But black dot is like white area of the paper is like 99.99% it's white. But the students see only the black dot. So the point I want to emphasize, our mental habits, how our mind works is we always focus, we always pay attention to the negative side, the bad side, the news and the media and the other things. Always focus the bad side, the negative side of the life. So if you want to be happy, you have to pay attention to the positive side, not to the just tiny little simple black dot. We need to pay attention to the good things in us, the good things in other people, the good behavior, the good qualities, good habits. So we need to appreciate, we need to acknowledge and ready to embrace these good things so to make us happy. So I would like to, let me compare our minds to two tiny insects. You know, you already know the bee and the swan or the wasp. And also there's another house flies. You know, these two insects have different approach to their different focus to their way of life. For example, the bee takes a very long journey in order to collecting the nectar from the flowers. The bird always focuses only the good side of the flower. He never sit down on a, healthy flower or rotten flower. He never, land into the filthy garbage. He never goes to in order to take the nectar. He don't go to dirty, stinky places. He will go to very smelling, nice, and very sweet places to collect his nectar. On the other hand, the flies, they never interested in collecting nectar, collecting, the dirty, filthy, stinky, rotten fish, maybe the rotten dead body or some filthy garbage. They are interested. So in our life, we are trying to focus more negative, more depressing things. When you focus depressing things, it will disturb you. It will disturb you definitely. It will disturb your happiness. It will disturb your peace. So let us try to have a positive outlook. Take the positive things in our life. Look at the positive side of the life. So that will make us uplifting. That will make us more positive, and we can bear up the situation in a pleasant way. We can lead our way in a pleasant way. So another quality, in order to be happy, we need to develop the quality of gratitude. Gratitude is really important thing in our life. Why it is so important? Because we take things for granted and we never appreciate the things people are done. For the example, he was under the Bodhi tree for his enlightenment. He never forget his Bodhi tree. He pays 7 days gazing at the Bodhi tree. The first lesson taught to the world is the gratitude. So gratitude is very important. When you have gratitudinal thoughts and feelings, our good hormones will create inside our body. This is very important thing. So Santutti Paramandana, that the contentment, we always insatiable. We cannot be satisfied. The things we have, we are looking for more, we are looking for new things. So we are going in a rat race. We are searching for many, many new experiences without enjoying, without satisfying, without being happy what we have already. So this is the big problem that creates restlessness, that creates unhappiness inside our mind, because we are not already enjoying, we are not already be happy with what we are having at the moment. So when we are eating our food, when we are using our clothes, when we are using our bed, when we are using the floors of the building, there are many people contributed to build these things, make these things. So we must have a sense of gratefulness, sense of thankfulness to them. Because they made these things, I can use comfortably. I can live happily. I can use them in a nice way that makes my life more comfortable, enjoyable. So please have this kind of gratitude in order to make us ourselves. So the Santutti Paramandana, the contentment is the highest wealth. Because Buddha says one time, na kahapana vassena tittu kamesu vichati. Even you receive coin, gold coin rain. That rain brings you many, many thousands of gold coins. Still you won't be happy because there's no end for our desire. There's no end for our craving. So we are like drinking salt water in order to quench our thirstiness. But if you drink salt water, it will create more and more thirstiness, So that's why the contentment is so important to be happy. Now, if you can every day remind you the things you have in your life, 3 times, maybe 1, 2, 3 minutes, the things you are enjoying, the things you are having, your eyes are working, the ears are working, you can walk, and you can laugh, you can smile, you can run, you can eat many kinds of foods. So these are blessings. There are people in the world who cannot enjoy these kind of things, so many people. So if you can remember these 3 things every day, if you can remember these 3 things every day, 3 times every day, that will help you to develop sense of gratitude, sense of contentedness in your life. So in your life also, don't wait until you pass the exam, don't wait until you make the house, don't wait until you buy the car. But every day you will reach a little milestone, little victories. So try to celebrate these little things, because life is a journey made from moment, full of moments. So if each moment you are happy, that means you are living a happy life. If you want to be happy after 3 years, after passing your university exam, after getting married, that's you are not walking on the right path. We need to live present moment, and we need to enjoy the present moment, because present moment is the true reality. There's no future, no past, they are only concepts. So celebrate the little victories on your path. That will make you happier. So I have some more points, but now it is as we schedule, we have this is the time for question and answer. If you have questions, then I can give you answers. Okay. So we can start Q&A session now, I think. So in Buddhism, to be happy, we always have some extreme habits. So we need to develop the middle path. We need to follow our habits, our way of living. Not putting our habits to the true extremist situation, so that it can create some unpleasant situation. So we need to practice the middle path. So when you practice the middle path, you will not be addicted. Nowadays, for example, many young people, the elder, younger, everybody is addicted to the mobile. So they cannot pay attention to their neighbor, their mother, their father, because they are too much attention is paid to the mobile. So we need to avoid addictions. We need to have a balanced life. The balancing the interest is a quite hard thing, There are demanding situations. There are different situations. You need to pay attention to many things at the same time. So in order to have a happier life, or the balanced way of living, practicing sila is very important also to have a happy life. If you don't practice sila, for example, if you kill any person, you will go to the jail. So that will ruin your life. So one day, Achancha and some disciples went to a house dana, and there was a fish tank. And the monks were discussing, the fish in the river and the sea are more luckier than the fish in the tank, because the space is limited and no freedom, so on and so forth. Then the Achancha said, The fish in the tank are more luckier. It has boundaries, the walls and the rules and regulations. It cannot swim wherever he can. But still, he is protected from the fishermen, he is protected from fish nets and the other big fish and the climate differences, the cool weather, the food is served on time, so on and so forth. So that way, you know, if we mark our boundaries, our limits by observing precepts, that will create a more healthier and more happier life, even though it seems like it's something difficult for us, something inconvenient for us, because our freedom is curtailed, freedom is controlled, freedom is limited and restricted. So if you can look at the precepts, the virtues in that way, that will help us to have a more happier and meaningful life. In our life, we always looked our life, but in reality, in the real world, there's nothing called perfect. The roads, the trees, the rivers, the house, there may be some imperfections. If we take our body, there may be scars or some parts are not so beautiful as we want to be beautiful. So if you are perfectionist, if you try to make everything perfect, that will create a very miserable situation for us. That will create a very sad situation for us. So if a tree has a very crooked branches, that tree will become very beautiful. If the tree is so straight and there's no such beauty as the tree with the crooked branches. If you look at a river, if it flows straight line, it's not so nice. It's not so pleasant. But if river goes through the stones, goes through the bends and go through waterfalls, it's become really fascinating and really beautiful. So if you try to see the perfection in everything, that spoil your happiness. So if you are a happy seeker, you are seeking happiness, you try to accept as they are. That is what Buddhism is, because yatha bhuta jnana darsana, you having to see things as they really are, impermanent, changing, and imperfect. So we must be very open-hearted and ready to accept these imperfections in life. So generosity in Buddhism, really very important aspect to be happy. You know, when we gather more and more, we have more restlessness. We have kind of, if somebody will come and take it away or steal it away, or this kind of restlessness. And some people collect more and more money, but they have very little time in their life to spend those money. So one time, Buddha, when he was a Buddha aspirant, Bodhisattva, his parents gave like 7 generations wealth to him because they passed away. He thought, what he thought, those 7 generations didn't take even a penny to the other world. So I should make use of this money by giving to others so that I can make a lot of merits. These merits will follow me, but these coins will not follow me. But these merits, by giving, these merits will follow me. So givers are happier people. They are more contented people. Are not so happy. That is how the science of mind works. The science of mind works in the opposite way, not the way we like.